The rock definition that we use a lot around here, because Pastor Jim, it's what God gave Pastor Jim, and he's the tip of the arrow on the vision around here, and is God's sovereign divine ability to get the job done on your behalf when you can't do it. Grace helps you to do what you could not do, and we totally depend on God's grace. It's all about the love that He has given us, what He has done in us and for us. And our part is really merely receiving, and it takes a lot of humility actually to do that. Now, under the old law, I mean, God originally gave 10 commandments, but by the time people got done with it, there was actually over 2,000 rules and regulations. Schoolmaster, to bring people to the realization that they could not do it, that they served a holy God, that they were in need of salvation. And so by being reminded every year, they had to sacrifice certain animals to literally pay for the previous year of sin. That was a reminder that they needed the blood of Jesus. They didn't need just perfect blood from lambs and goats that was only going to buy them another year. They needed to be forgiven once and for all.
Well, to me, the law is something that is subjective to man, so it can always change and it can depend on people's opinion, but grace is God's sovereign love and care for people, and it's never changing because He's God and it's always just.
Grace means to me peacefulness, abundant love, and just God's love.
Law represents our inability to do it on our own, and grace is God's sovereign divine ability to get the job done on our behalf when we can't do it.
It was all with a view toward Jesus finally coming. And so now that He's come and He's paid for sin and eradicated it from us, then now it's receiving His grace, receiving the price that He already paid to give us a new nature. And so when you're born again, you are given a new nature of God. You are born of God. And yes, we'll have reminders and tendencies and flesh appetites because we carry around this old dead man with us. But we have to choose to walk in that newness of life and daily look to God for His cleansing grace and His mercy, and be ever thankful for that, because it cost Him the very jewel of heaven. It cost Him His very own Son to deliver us from that gulf of sin that stood between us and God.